It looks like now BratOK is interested in capturing his gold expansion, does not want to fall behind in economy, and Mondragon here is getting a very interesting setup as well, has Infestors and Banelings. This is a very nice synergistic setup of units because Fungal Growth will lock down the bio, and then Banelings can just roll in and do all the damage they need to do. We also have a Hive going up and Ultralisk Cavern. Oh my goodness, we have Adrenal Glands, Carapace level 2, and melee weapons level 1. We just have every single unit being researched right now. What kind of game, what kind of Zerg versus Terran game are we about to see? Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that we have Ravens coming out. This is a very, very interesting unit to pump out in ZVT, and I gotta assume that this is going to be used for Hunter Seeker Missile. I mean, perhaps PDD to stop the Hydras, because he is getting that reactor upgrade right away. We'll see what if he gets the Seeker Missile or not. He's getting dropships to mobilize and help keep these infantry alive as well. This game is about to get very epic, ladies and gentlemen. We have another expansion being taken by Mondragon over here at the 3 o'clock position. So Mondragon is just going crazy right now, 2200, but the Terran player not too far behind either. He's got the gold mining. We also have Mondragon trying to capture his gold as well. BratOK at 150 food, Mondragon at 168, and he has a scary number of Banelings right now. APM for both players hovering around 120, 164. Very high APM players, a lot of intensity in this matchup. Cannot wait to see what is going to happen. These Ravens, are they getting Seeker Missile upgrade? No, they are not, but we have the scary Ultralisk coming out of the cavern. We also have Chitinous Plating as well. So when those Ultras come out, Mondragon is going to get this huge boost of confidence, because right now he really doesn't have any units that are tanky. Oh, look at that. Great Fungal Growth from the Infestors, but the Infestors running in and dying, but the Baneling's gonna come in here and roll in and exterminate all those Marines and Marauders, and it looks like a couple still behind. The Roaches and Hydra's gonna fall back. Not sure if that was a good trade for Mondragon though, because he lost 3 Infestors and he really only killed a handful of Marines and Marauders, and now BratOK is going to push out without too many Infestors from Mondragon. He's not going to be able to Fungal Growth lock down these units. Looks like the Ultra gonna lead the charge though, and it is going to be a counterattack, but Mondragon gonna fall back. And look at that, on the production tab we do indeed have Seeker Missiles being upgraded for the Ravens, so we are about to see some old school, or I guess the closest thing you could call it is Irradiate, but we're about to see some kind of a upgrade for these high level tier 3 science vessels, or of course Ravens. So we're about to see some awesome spell usage from our Terran player, not very common in ZVT today. But of course, the Terran player needs to make something happen. The Zerg right now is operating off of 5 or 6 bases. Oh my goodness, 103 Harvesters. I have never seen a Zerg versus Terran, or any Starcraft 2 game for that matter, where a player gets over 100 Harvesters. And this is getting to that point where it may actually hurt the Zerg player. He's limited by his food now, and he may want to consider throwing away some of his drones, because that food cap is actually going to hurt him if the armies collide. So we'll see what happens. BratOK now with +3 weapons, 3 Ravens out. The Seeker Missiles can do so much damage, and really the Zerg player needs to be careful about that. Where are his Roaches and Hydras? He's actually just purely got Ultras and Banelings, some Roaches and Hydras, a very nice mixture of units, as well as Infestors. Gonna all come down to spell usage. Oh, these Banelings getting all taken out. Only one exploding there, and the dropship's gonna reconstitute those Marauders and Marines. Right now, it's gonna come all down to the spell usage, ladies and gentlemen. Whether or not Mondragon can get some nice Fungal Growths off, and whether or not BratOK can get some nice PDD or Seeker Missiles off on the Zerg player, it is going to be very interesting, and position is going to be absolutely key as well. We have another planetary fortress going up here, 4th base for BratOK. He's also throwing up a secondary command center, presumably for another planetary, just to make sure this expansion does not die. But it looks like Mondragon gonna push in here. He's got to be careful about this fortress, because the SCVs can keep it alive for so long. Meanwhile, oh, we have a Seeker Missile going off on a lot of Banelings, some of them surviving, but it looks like the Ultras just pounded that fortress down, and a lot of the SCVs getting taken out as well. But Mondragon could lose these very expensive Ultras, getting trapped out here in the rocky location. Basically, this is a no no pass sign. This is do not pass go, do not collect $200. And BratOK here could actually take this game right now. Mondragon just lost a lot of forces, but a nice fungal growth to keep half of the army behind. Looks like Mondragon, though, is going to lose a hatchery in exchange, and this is what I was talking about. Mondragon might have too many harvesters. He just does not have enough food for army, and right there, it could have been a bad trade. Taking out that planetary fortress, he lost too many units to be able to defend this 9 o'clock expansion, but doesn't matter. Mondragon has so many bases. He's got 1 over here, 2, 3, 4. He's 4 fully running bases. 5th base is fully mined out. Terran at 1, 2. So Terran player BratOK only at a measly 2 bases, but he has that Terran defensive capability. He's at 200. He has got about 6 or 7 Ravens just ready to lock on and fire that deadly Seeker missile. Oh boy, so we had to take a quick sip of water there. Oh my goodness, Mondragon has so many Ultralisks, and this is getting to that point where Seeker missiles are actually kind of ineffective because they don't do that much damage to that tough Ultralisk thick hide. And here we go, BratOK gonna push in and try to take out this 3 o'clock location. Looks like the Banelings getting a little bit ahead of themselves. The Hunter Seeker missiles firing down on the Ultralisks. A lot of them taking serious damage, but it looks like the Ultra's gonna continue to push forward. More Seeker missiles, fungal growth being used on the Marauders, and it looks like the Banelings finally making their way through. Oh, these Seeker missiles could do damage to the dropships. Oh my goodness, just barely getting out of range. And the missiles landing on some of those Banelings there. Oh, these Hydra's days are numbered. They need to run away. Oh my goodness, it's like running a marathon away from that deadly spike. Oh no, Mondragon not paying attention, losing 4 of his Hydras there. This game is getting absolutely epic. There's action all over the map. BratOK trying to control this area with defensive turrets from the Raven as well. He's throwing up so many planetary fortress, and this is getting to that point where you can actually throw fortresses to make your defensive frontier, establish your territory much better. Planetary fortresses are great for defense, but look at that on the production tab. We have Broodlords coming out, and this could be the tipping factor for the Zerg player. This could be what Mondragon needs to win this game. He's got so much economy. He's banking 3,000 minerals, 500 gas. Terran player is actually at 152 supply. He's only mining out of 2 bases, maybe 2.5 or whatever this would be called. So actually BratOK is in a bit of trouble here. He cannot afford to trade with the Zerg army like that because the Zerg can just rebuild so quickly. So what is BratOK going to do? The nice thing is he's got these Ravens which can use that Seeker missile upgrade forever as long as they have that energy which is recyclable. So BratOK needs to be careful. He cannot afford to trade with the Zerg army right now because the Zerg is just banking near 4,000 minerals, ladies and gentlemen. Here come the Broodlords. They can do so much damage. Look for BratOK to use those Hunter Seeker missiles against the Broodlords, but looks like there's going to be another encounter over here on the eastern side of the map. The Ultralisks trying to do whatever they can. The fungal growth locking down some of the Marines and Marauders, and the Hydras here just going to get taken out by what's left. But the Broodlords are starting to work on the siege tanks as well as the planetary fortresses. BratOK realizing that he is under siege from the air, gonna fall back his siege tanks, and he's bringing his Ravens to possibly Seeker missile the pack of Broodlords. Looks like this hatchery could barely go down. Oh my goodness, so much action on the map. We actually have defensive auto turrets being laid down by the Ravens. They can indeed shoot the Broodlords, and it looks like the auto turrets could just barely be able to hold on along with the Marines. The hatchery, oh my goodness, somehow survives for Mondragon. This game is getting really epic, ladies and gentlemen. What is going to happen? Mondragon keeps his hatchery alive with 23 health, and the Broodlord, just 1 remains out of that pack of 5 or 6. And it looks like the Ravens are going to use their recyclable energy to lay down those auto turrets and snipe out this Broodlord. Surprisingly, the Broodlord doesn't really take out auto turrets all that well. I guess they really have that a lot of health. Looks like the Ultralisk going to try to run up here, but that's a lot of fortresses. And here comes a Terran reinforcement coming back to defend. Meanwhile, a Doom Drop coming out for Mondragon. Going to try to drop his Overlords off. 1 getting taken out. A second Overlord could lose all its cargo. And some of the Lings and Banelings popping out right into the heart of the Terran base to try to take out as many barracks barracks as they can. Meanwhile, we have more action coming out on the eastern side of the map. More PDDs. Finally, we see PDD being landed actually for BratOK, but he's got to pull his attention back to his main. Cannot afford to lose any of these barracks right now, which would really halt his production. And we have Ultras also barreling down the center of the map.